Hello sword friends, now in Swordier we just released this newly designed polished Hussar Saber, which is kind of like tungsten to me, or you can just call it the Cavalry Saber, which is a reproduction of a 17th century polished saber. I think if you are a historical sword lover, you will recognize this saber. Now let's just share some basic specification of the saber. So start from the fittings of the saber. It's made of the stainless steel for the tip protection right here. The scabbard is made of wood and covered with this synthetic leather. And also the guard, the pommel, even here is made of stainless steel as well. It will just make this sword more durable and also keep it off from the erosion. And also you will notice this very obvious the thumb rings, which I'm gonna show you right after I take off the scabbard. So we designed it to be like a waist wearable strap right there. So if you are looking at the history, actually the saber, especially this polished Cavalry Saber, mainly used on horseback fightings, and it's mainly used in the back strap. I think that's the most reasonable way, but we don't ride in horses anyway. So we designed it to be like the wrist wearable straps right there. So basically this is some basic information from the overlook of it. But right after we take it off, you will see the blade. To be honest, this blade shared the same geometry as one of our saber, which we listed, used to be called Shashiki inspired saber, but it's not. We have to give credit and a huge thanks to Andy from Deluxe Swords, who shares a lot of information, especially regarding the saber, and also to share with me all those information to help me even rename the saber we used to design, which you will find it from our website, swordier.com. Now let's just focus on this one. First of all, the whole blade length is 80 centimeters, which is really close to those historical sword. And also the width right here from the bottom, especially near the cross guard right here, is only 3 millimeters. The width. The thickness is 5 millimeters. It's still used spring steel, which is really common in Swordier. I don't think I have the necessary to repeat that. And you don't see a lot of this tapered from the sword. It only starts from here. It can decrease to 3 millimeters, then all the way to 2.5 millimeters. Now compared to the other saber we have, you don't have those knuckle protection, which is now you have this L shape cross guard for protect your knuckles, and also you have this feather-like, also very close to the design of the original historical, especially 17th century polished Cavalry Saber. As you can see, it gives you more control, of course, and also it enhances the durability and also the tightness between the blade and also the cross guard and the tongue right here. As usual, it's a pinned pommel near the bottom. I will just show it right here. You will notice that right away. The weight of this sword right now I'm holding is only 780 grams, so you will feel it really light when you have it in your hand, but it just feels pretty good in my hand. Speaking of the comfortableness, the hilt right here, as you can see, I will just show it right here. I will just hold it right here, don't judge me. The length is 11 centimeters. It just fit one hand perfectly. The width of the, come on man. No. If you're thinking about a small pommels and also the small cross guard, it actually makes the sword, the point of balance is already 21 centimeters. So I gotta be super honest with you. By designing this way, you will feel like when I do the cuttings, it can have really good cutting capabilities. You might find it a little bit difficult to control the directions. So in my opinion, to design like this, it can a little bit decrease the power for the thrusting, even though it has a force edge right here, as I mentioned before. But you will have more power in terms of the cutting and striking for your opponent. So as usual, also it's the default setting from our factory. This blade is battle ready and well sharpened. Now I have this paper in my hand. I can do a testing for you. Now I'm pushing forward. So now in the next, I'm gonna test the sharpness of this saber and also how it performed in terms of the heavy material cuttings and light material cutting. All right, so let's take a look. So now I cut a few cuts in a row. Although the tatami is a little bit dry, you can still see it's pretty sharp. It just cuts through all over there. It's not like an indents tatami mat, so that's why it kind of like spreading all over the place. But you can check the edge, which is really clean, and also you don't have those dented edge for sure. So definitely this needs some practice. Like what I said, I'm not a professional, but when I do all those testings, especially for cutting tatamis, I can feel the driving force is pretty good. Like what I said, 20 centimeters point of balance, actually from the cross guard right here. So definitely you can maneuver control it. Like what I did just now, I kind of like accustomed to this position, like using my hand locking here. So this is pretty good. But how it gonna handle those bottle waters? So this is another thing we're gonna test out. And this is the only bamboo we left. We don't have much yet. Let's test it out. It's kind of a small bamboo, but let's see how it's gonna handle it. Man, you must have heard those bang. Actually, it's a dry bamboo, really heavy. I kind of cut it, not using like the full force, but as you can see, pretty thick and dense here. And still, this is the beautiful part about the spring steel. You don't see any damage on the edge. It just hold it very good. I'm gonna do it one more time. Very clean cut. As you can see, this is my second trial. It's really dry, the bamboo. It's kind of like cutting the hardwood, but still you can see the edge hold it pretty well. When I do something like this, because this is not the sharp edge, as you can see, take a closer look. There's no sharp edge here. The sharpen process starts from like 3 millimeters from the cross guard, and my fingers can lock right here, so you can control the direction for the sword when you do the practice. I think this is really beautiful design. But if I do something like this, I kind of like worry it can just go all the way. If I use the full force and I didn't cut the target, it might hurt my leg like this. So this is really dangerous. So I would definitely recommend to find a teacher to teach you how to do that, because Miss Joe has been teaching me all those positions like standings and also how to do the forces, how to use the forces. I'm still practicing, but this is something kind of like a warning, especially you have the sword from us. Be careful with all those practice, because especially cutting those hard materials, it might splitting everywhere, and also it might have the wrong forces to cut your leg or something, or your foot. This is gonna be a little bit dangerous. All right, so this is some heads up I give it to you. So now, right after cutting those bamboos and the tatami mat, let's see the sharpness. Let's do it pushing forward. This is a really common way to do that. Now I do this slowly. Now I'm pushing backward, faster. See that? Smooth, really smooth. But how it gonna work on the bottles? Here we go. So basically, a beautiful sword,
definitely you can use it for cutting practice. This is no problem, especially. But I would recommend that you're gonna work on your arm and also on your position when you do all those cutting practice. This is the suggestion I give it to you. And also, if you are a heavy user for the sword, for the cuttings, this is one I can recommend to you. It moves pretty smooth, agile as well. And this is something I could recommend to you. All right, so this is pretty much everything about this sword. And to be honest, I love it, but definitely need to practice, especially on the arm. It still feels heavier in your hand, especially with one-handed. So what do you think?
So hopefully, I hope you will enjoy this edition of this newly released saber. And also remember, if you wanted to learn more information, you can always find us from Swordier.com. And now it's tested, battle ready. Feel free to drop off some message and also share your thoughts with us from the comment section. And remember, stay sharp and stay tuned. All right, bye bye everybody. See you next time.